Fuck it, is that the intro?
Is he crisp?
Is he crisp?
Yeah, is it crisp? That's the intro, done. The MCU has popularised a number of things, mainly the superhero genre and Chris Evans' arms. So something the MCU has popularised that you may not have noticed is the use of CGI, specifically seamlessly blended CGI.
Come on, Karl, I think I've noticed the CGI when Antman is growing the size of the buildings.
So we need to address that immediately because it seems kind of weird to praise, subtle uses of CGI in a franchise, a series of films where every single one ends with a giant battle that probably was filmed 4 square miles of green screen fabric. So we need to address the fact we're not talking about that. We're talking about the more subtle things that you didn't notice were CGI. Because why the fuck would you? Because they used it to make things that you wouldn't expect.
Right, so Karl, I'm gonna need an example for this because it's meant to be seamless.
Yeah. So the best way to demonstrate this is with an example, and I think the easiest one to showcase what I mean is the time suits. These things, they're all CGI. They're not real.
Really?
Yeah, they're all CGI. And people are probably having at home the same reaction you have. Wait a minute, no, they look so good.
By the time we got a final version, we were already into principal photography, which we knew we were going to build them anyway because of how they needed to nano on and off with Tony's tech.
It just looks like they're wearing them.
Yeah, they're not. They're CGI. And you're probably thinking, wait, what? Yeah, exactly.
Surely it'd be just easier to put on a suit.
And here we go. Because people are wondering, why the fuck would you CGI people's clothes on? Surely it would be easier to get a costume designer to make the suits. And money's not really an object because, Disney. But no, it was easier and it was a better option to CGI the suits onto people. I think they just wore their actual regular superhero outfits with red dots on. Just fix that shit in post.
That seems like such a ball ache.
It is, but they had to do it because they filmed Infinity War and Endgame back to back, and their time with talent was limited. And obviously, if they wanted to change the look of the suits, they'd have to bring everyone back in for another round of filming, and they didn't have the time to do that because they're filming 2 movies back to back. And something I didn't notice on the first viewing that I thought was really cool about those time suits is that they are a blend of Stark technology, Pym technology, and Guardians of the Galaxy tech. Because obviously they bring in Nebula, who has Guardians tech. Do you know the space bubble thing helmets they have? That let them breathe, let you breathe in space. That's what the visors are on the helmets. And obviously they have the fold-over helmets like the Antman suit, and then you've got all the Stark nano tech to allow them to blend onto people's bodies seamlessly.
Yeah, and you've got the Pym particles in the suit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously that's one of the things that CGI allowed them to do, so they could tinker with the look of the suits. Because here's a fun fact people might know, originally they were going to have bubble shield effect on their heads the entire time, as evidenced by this picture of Chris Hemsworth with that on his face. But they realised it looked so shit.
Yeah,
so they changed it to a helmet, which they couldn't have done if they made them practically, because they'd have had to bring everyone back in for another round of filming, but we can't do that because we're filming another 15 fight scenes today. And that's the kind of seamless CGI I'm talking about.
Yeah, because I literally would never have noticed.
It's like if you watched Logan. Do you know when young Logan walks down the stairs?
Yeah,
that's CGI.
CGI Hugh Jackman, isn't it?
Onto another actor's face, yes.
And I had no clue.
No one did, and that's the kind of thing that we're talking about. CGI, where it's that's not CGI. Why would that be CGI? Well, there's probably a reason for it that's very complicated to explain, but usually the answer is it's just easier this way. Or it's we couldn't have realised it practically, and the fact you didn't notice proves that it's doing its fucking job.
Exactly. And another seamless use of CGI
Go for
is
it.
The green screen behind you.
Yes! That's actually CGI, yeah.
Seamless.
Yeah, it's seamless. People never notice it. The hole through my chest, seamless. Literally. It's so good. I like how we're talking about really good uses of computer effects, as I presume have a giant hole in my chest. That's the best bit.
So right, there must be other really cool things I've not noticed then.
Well, yeah, do you know the fight scene where, obviously spoilers for Endgame here, Captain America kicks the shit out of himself?
Oh yeah those asses together.
Yeah, just want to hazard a guess at what in that scene is CGI.
Well, I'm gonna guess you're gonna say one of the Captain Americas.
Nope. I'll give you a hint. Both the Captain Americas are real. Obviously, there's a stuntman with a CGI face on.
Is it the shields?
Yeah, keep going.
The briefcase.
Everything. The entire thing was CGI.
What?
The building wasn't real. It wasn't on a set. Literally everything was CGI in that fight scene.
Holy shit.
Everything. They conjured a building out of nowhere. The office in the background, all those little offices, they're all CGI, they're all fake. The glass they're fighting on, the reflections, all CGI, all fake. The shields in the Captain America's hands, they were CGI.
Oh my god.
They didn't even use real shields. They were CGI because obviously they didn't want to hit each other.
Very bare bones set. When they were up on the walkway, for example, we had that part built, we had the stairs built, but pretty much everything else was a digital build.
Even the helmet on the second Captain America was CGI. So they CGI Captain America's helmet on.
Oh my
and
god.
did you notice that at all?
Carl's just watching me having a meltdown.
It's like, I'm going to show you the picture. Look, I've got the picture right here, look, Lucas, from the article. There's the fight scene. There's what it looked like.
Oh my god.
There's nothing. It's just got all green screen. The power of the green screen, you can't stop it. It's too powerful. Like, and now this is what I think. Did you notice that at all during that scene?
No.
Did you know that the building they were stood in wasn't real?
I had no fucking clue.
And I love that when you think about it, and you go look at, you know, the biggest rival to the MCU, you know, the DC Extended Universe, and you look at Superman's face in Justice League.
I know you. You won't let me live. You won't let me die.
Marvel is conjuring up entire cities, buildings, like from nowhere, like seamless. Like you could not, until it was pointed out to me, I thought it was bullshit.
Yeah.
When I saw the breakdown, they strip away the lasers. I went, that is fucking ridiculous. And then you just go look at Superman and Henry Cavill with his weird melty face. It's like, god damn it. It's just on another level. What cracks me the most about that though is they use CGI to make a prop that has existed since the first Iron Man film, because they have a Captain America cameo of sorts in the first Iron Man.
Yes, yeah.
Because like you can see Captain America's shield in the background of one shot, and they use CGI in Endgame to put it back in. So dumb. So, although I will say, I think the move to CGI away from practical effects kind of ruined Iron Man for me. Because I preferred when the Iron Man armor was actually something they made Robert Downey Jr. wear.
Yeah, I think it looks a lot better in like Iron Man 1 than it
Iron
does
Man
in
1 was
Avengers, like
amazing.
Endgame.
Yeah. But I get why they do it, because it shows the progress of his technology. It goes from like
Exactly.
clunky.
Yeah,
suits
you
to-
can actually use like the nanotech to shift around his body and stuff like that, like
And,
they
yeah.
show off.
And another little cool thing we can point out, because it's mentioned in the same video they talk about CGI, when Iron Man does like, you know, the final snap, like the I am Iron Man bit, you can actually see the suit, the nanotech, struggling to protect Tony as the tendrils of energy go through his body.
And I am Iron Man.
It's like when you compare it to like Hulk, it just immediately goes through his arm and like nearly cripples him.
Yeah.
The Iron Man suit fights to keep him alive. It's like, oh man, and obviously that's CGI again, just doing its work. Do you know the one thing that wasn't CGI? So all this, that rat. That fucking rat that presses the button and saves the entire universe, that was a real stunt rat. Which is a stunt rat. It was a stunt rat, no one knows its name, unnamed. But then again, that's very fitting for the film, isn't it? That a hero doesn't need to be recognised. No one needs to know the name of the rat. The rat saved the universe, and that's all that matters. But yeah, that was a real trained stunt rat.
Surely it'd been cheaper to
CGI
a rat rather than train a rat to press a button.
Exactly, and it's like in what was it, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Yeah.
Did you ever seen with all the squirrels cracking nuts? They were real squirrels.
No,
Yeah, they were real squirrels.
No.
They were.
I'm not believing
Yeah,
that
you
one.
just
no.
don't know that they're real.
No,
just-
I'm not accepting that.
all
No.
upside down today, aren't I? Like, look, what is real? Clothes aren't real, but like nut cracking squirrels and button pressing rats are. What is this world? You know what this world is, Lucas? A fucking interesting one. I think we've talked a lot about like Endgame and Marvel stuff on the channel, so let's shift gears, and we shit too much on the DC movies. So let's talk about good things in those movies. I know it's hard, Lucas, but let's try and bring a bit of positivity. So we are very hard on those movies because they're very, very bad.
They are, but I have one moment that I love rewatching.
Okay.
And it is the Batman vs Superman fight where like you watch Batman's traps fight against Superman, where he's got the built-up suit and he's prepared all these different like counteracts towards Superman.
Just a shame that, like, you know, the Dark Knight Returns did that fight so much fucking better.
So much better. That's the thing. I have an animated version of that fight that is just way better anyway.
So much better. Like, when my favourite bit of that, obviously, fuck it, we've immediately gone off topic. It's where Batman picks up the fucking steamrollers and uses them as fists, and he punches Superman with them. And then this one, oh, he's got a gun. I love where Superman just stands in front of the Batmobile, and it just completely wraps all the way around. He doesn't move an inch. It's like, yeah, because that's what Superman should be doing. He's completely invincible.
He knows that if he wants to stop Batman, just stand in front of him.
It's like in Man of Steel, as bad as that movie is, I really like how they show just how utterly hopeless humanity is against the Kryptonians.
Oh, yeah.
It's like during the entire fight scene where it's like Superman versus the Kryptonians, you can see they are constantly being shot at. And there's bullets bouncing off them the entire time they're fighting, but it doesn't bother them at all.
And obviously the bit where like Zod comes in, and they're trying to fight Zod and the other couple of Kryptonians, that like all of the police are trying to kill them, and it's just
they're constantly being shot at the entire time they're fighting, and just nothing happens. I like that because it shows that's what Superman is. That's a world where Superman's like, yeah, bullets aren't going to hurt him, but realistic people don't know that, so they would just keep shooting at him.
They would, yeah.
It's just really funny when you just constantly throughout the fight, he's getting hit by bullets. Like, this is doing nothing.
Oh, it just reminds me of like when they send militaries to fight Godzilla.
Oh yeah,
What are they planning on doing?
Striker, there's civilians on the bridge! Hold your fire!
It's like I love a little bit in like 2014 Godzilla is where Godzilla, I think a jet just crashes into him and he doesn't move at all. Like a guy just like accidentally flies into Godzilla and he's like, it's fine, I can take this. It's
whatever.
It's so stupid. Just a jet flies into his face and he's like, I can deal with this, I'm alright.
I do love, let's talk about good parts of DCEU. We immediately talk about like animated films and Godzilla.
Which is superior. Like, there's just so little about that mainline series that is any fucking good.